Right, here I am. Yeah, Suffolk Triumph. Look at that marvellous, all-new Triumph Tiger 660. Doesn't that look a peach? Yeah, but what am I on? Yeah, I'm back on the Speed Twin 1200. Yeah, not the RS version, just the regular version. It's the one I preferred, to be honest. Let's get it going. Oh, look. How many miles has this done? None. Excellent. Right, let's get going, and I'll tell you why I'm on it. Let's escape this traffic. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, we're off. Oh, doesn't it sound a peach? Yeah, absolutely marvellous. Of course, with the single clock, not the twin clocks, and that is exactly why I want to ride this again. I've got it for a few days, so there's no hurry. So what I'll do is I'll bring you back in a little while. Yeah. So here we are, all the way from Suffolk Triumph. Yeah, back on the all-new Triumph Speed Twin 1200. Yeah, in this white colour with the big graphics. Lots of people didn't like. Lots of people didn't like the single round clock. Wanted to have a mutter about that, so we will do when we get going. But let's get through the general appearance. For me, I love it. And maybe I'm slightly warped because I've ridden it, which is another point I want to discuss when we get going. Let's start the engine. Absolutely superb, smooth as you can get on a 1200. I think for me, 103.5 brake horsepower, 112 newton meters of torque, seat height 805. Slightly lower than the RS, I think, because of the slightly different shocks. Not sure. All the specs will be in the description underneath the video. Obviously, this doesn't have the Brembo brakes like the RS, just Triumph brakes. Absolutely fantastic. No issues with those. The show-up forks at the front, non-adjustable, unlike the RS, which I think they've got it just about right. It's soft enough for real road riding. If you want to go on the track, buy the RS, pay the extra couple, £3,000, £2,500, something like that, quite a bit more to get it uprated with the suspension and the brakes. The weight, 213 kilos, something like that. Not bad. I thought that's okay at that weight. The tank, obviously it's got these cutouts, and I've got my quad lock on here as well, so that spoils the look a little bit. The single round clock, it's there for a reason. The old 1200s had the twin clocks, which for me, if I wrote a book, it'd be called 2 round clocks. Absolutely love it. But technology moves on, and to get connectivity, again, I'm not that fussed about connectivity, but lots of people are, and they've got to build these for the main market. No centre stand. There wasn't a centre stand on the last one. It's a shame. It makes it much easier for servicing the chain, cleaning, changing the wheel if necessary, you know. But they don't do it. Bar end mirrors, absolutely lovely. All the switch gear, intuitive, all in the right places as you'd expect. The lights, they're quite smart. They've made the back end, I think, look quite good. I mean, are people going to cut that off and put a number plate there? They might do. For me, I'm not fussed, because this bike is all about riding, and on that I'll get back on board and we'll go and have a mutter. Yeah. Right, here we are. Brrr, ding, ignition on. Let's get going. So, let's get the controversy off first. The clock. Yes. Aesthetically, it's upsetting. It disrupts my OCD, being off centre, but you know, I'm a big lad. Let's get over it. Engine's revving high because I've been stood there trying to film the walkaround for God knows how long. You don't know the issues, but anyway, yeah. So the clock. The thing that helps me get over it is the way this bike rides. It is so smooth. If maybe you're not looking for that smoothness, but it is worth the sacrifice, I think. I mean, ideally it would have 2 clocks, but I think the benefits that come with connectivity for so many people outweigh that. A lot of people who buy this type of bike don't want connectivity. They're getting on the bike to avoid it. Yeah, so that they're not connected except for with the bike and themselves. Most of us do what I do and put a quad lock on and put our phone for our sat nav. Watch this car. But this bike is just a hoot to ride. It really is. Yes, it's a lot of brake horsepower for pootling about the back lanes, but when you get on the bigger roads, it's really fun, and you can sort of play a little bit on these roads when you're not filming and nattering with the higher speeds that it'll do. Yeah. The other thing people don't like, I quite like the little indents they've got for the forks, where they've had to indent the tank to fit the fork in. I think that's absolutely fine. See, there's a lot of these roads closed. The seat height, well, for me, I find this dead comfy. I really do. I have no issues with it whatsoever. The foot pegs are slightly further back, puts you in a slightly more sporty position, which helps, I think, with handling and feel. Oh, we're in Walshamley Willows now. And it all adds to the pleasure of this bike, I think. Let's get on to the senses test. And first of all, what did it taste of? Well, I've been thinking about this, and the colours on it, it reminds me of a licorice all sorts. You know, the one that's got licorice and the sugary stuff, whatever it is, icing type thing. Yeah, that's what I reckon. And it's sweet enough to do that. Absolutely marvellous. Yeah, a licorice all sort, the big square ones. A lot of people don't like the big graphics, and I understand that. It's a retro bike and they wouldn't have had big graphics on older bikes, I don't think. I can't think of an older bike where that would have occurred. So yeah, that's what I'd say. Oh, we'll get turned right here. Nice church. So then what have we got? Smell. Well, this is a brand new bike, literally. it had done 1 mile when I picked it up, so obviously it smells warm metal. Yeah, nice smell, a new bike smell, I think. So absolutely wonderful. Then to look at what does it, well, this is where it gets more controversial, isn't it? Because of the single clock, everyone wants the twin clocks. Some people have said, oh, I don't care. And to those people, what I've said in comments as well, crikey, it's bumpy around here, is I totally agree. What you've got to do with this bike, more than any other I think, is get on and ride it, and you will forget about the twin clocks, even though it's your picture. Yeah, that's what I'd say. Get on and ride it, because it is an absolute pleasure to ride. It is so easy. That weight is so well distributed. The way the brakes work, it just makes it an absolute pleasure to be on. And I'm going a bit gentle. I've got brand new tyres. The roads are mucky. I know I've already got mud on the back wheel, so I'm just taking it a bit steady. But I kid you, it gives you stacks and stacks of confidence. So to look at a modern retro, and looking more modern than it used to, I would say. Yeah. Then what? To touch and feel. Quality, Triumph quality. Where you think they've skimped by not giving you a centre stand or a grab rail or any of those extras that we used to get, like heated grips and stuff, they haven't downed their quality, I don't think. People will say the clock's a downgrade in quality. The clock is top notch. It'll have the best electronics, it'll be solid, it'll be watertight, it won't mist up, all those sort of things. So the quality's there, and it's got a USB, for me on the wrong side, but there you go. Yeah. And then the sound. Well, the sound, you have to go a long way to get a bike that'll sound better than this. Certainly a twin anyway. I think they just sound lovely straight out the box. And lots of people will change the pipes, I should think. But for me, I think it just sounds lovely as it is. And then the sixth sense. You already know with the sixth sense. How does it make me feel? The combination of all those things is just wonderful. If it had twin clocks, happy as Larry. We've got people here. Oh, and a dead bunny. Marvellous. Yeah, I really, really like this bike. As you can tell, I think they've sorted out the lumpiness of the engine. Yeah, and the handling is sweet as a nut. No adjustment on the suspension, doesn't really need it. Out the box for real road riding. I've been over lumps and bumpy roads, been on smooth roads. Smooth roads, it's an absolute delight. On these pothole ridden, mud covered, gravel laden B roads, it's absolutely fine. So that's what I'd say. I wanted to do this video again because so many comments said about the twin clocks, and what I couldn't get across, obviously because I'd already made the video, was the advantages of this bike over the old bike. And the old bike is cracking. And would I have the old bike? Yeah, of course I would. Absolutely, all day long. Is it worth upgrading? No, if you've got the old one, stick with it. But I'm telling you, this bike rides better. Yeah, you might think that's impossible, Tame. Well, there you go. Get out and try it. If you can't get over the clocks, stick with your old one. There's plenty of them about. Oh dear, another bunny. Or was it a hare? Right, ta-ta.